All right, for this next demonstration, I'm going to go over the actual drawing of the still life and then shading. So you can see from before, I've sort of mapped out the location of my objects on the page. Next thing I wanted to do is spend some time actually drawing them. So I'm going to teach you one thing that can be helpful in that, and that is looking at proportions. So what is the relationship? I'm going to look at this, use this black chess piece for an example, and I have the actual chess piece so that I think it'll be easier for you to see. What is the relationship of this top part of the chess piece to the rest of it? I want to keep the proportions accurate, and depending on what you're drawing, there will be certain things that you'll be checking the proportions to make sure, like let's say you have a stuffed animal, that the head of the stuffed animal is the right relationship of the size of the body to it that you're drawing. Okay, so what you're going to do, and this would be easier to show you in person, of course, to figure out the proportions, if you're drawing from actual objects, what you do is you hold your pencil out in front of you with a straight arm, okay? And you're actually going to close one eye, and then I'll do this like so, and visually line the pencil point up with a straight arm, line the pencil point up with the top of the object, okay? So I have done that. And I'm going to actually draw a line here just to help you see what I'm doing, okay? I'll draw a line at the bottom too. Okay, so I'm lining the pencil point up with the top of the object, like so, and then I'm taking my thumbnail and I'm lining it up with the bottom of that ball, because I want to see the relationship of that ball to the rest of the object. Now, this is my measurement, and I'm going to see how many times does this measurement of the ball fit inside the chess piece. So I've got one, so I'm going to move down so that the point is where my thumbnail was, which is about here. Okay, and it looks like it fits in 4 times. So I'm just going to mark off, if I were to divide that up into 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing on my drawing over here. I'm just going to lightly mark off those like halfway point and then divide those so into quarters, okay? And that should be a relatively, then I know that the ball is going to fit in this top one. The other thing I can do to help me draw this chess piece more accurately is I can use the angle sighting, which I showed you last time, which is, let's see what's the relationship of the top of it to the base. So that's going to be an angle like this, and you could, same thing, you could, if you were looking at an actual object, you could hold this pencil out in front of you and look at the object and then translate the pencil down to your page, okay? So I have the actual object here, so I'll just check that angle is like so, and the angle is going to be something like that, and I'll take that same angle, translate it over here. Okay, and I know my object is symmetrical, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well. And so that's going to show me, now I know the base of the object is going to fit within this space. Depending on your point of view, it's a curved object, so I'm going to go back to my photograph so I get my same point of view. From this photograph, I can see that the bottom is going to be curved. And I'm just sketching lightly. I don't want to have dark lines. I'm going to go ahead and do the top, this ball here. Once again, using my technique of kind of lightly moving in a circular direction before actually placing it down. I've got this part here, and I know it's a little hard to see from the photographs. This is curving. But providing myself with, I'll do it from here, I think it's easier to see. I'm providing myself with the these guidelines that my drawing is fitting within is going to make it easier. Okay, and then this part comes in on both sides. This part is curved. see part of that coming in. All right. So there we go. Got our chess piece. Okay. And I can then go on to, this actually comes out a bit more. And I've done it lightly so that I can easily erase. And then I can go on to each of my other objects. I'll show you a little bit more. So just really keep in mind that the angle thing. So if I have an object such as this one, which I have here, okay, if I just draw a line straight across, which is tempting, it's not going to look three-dimensional. So this is a diagonal line. So I can use, which I already have drawn from last time, but you can use your ruler or a pencil to check that angle and then translate it over to here. Okay, so I'll do that. I would then go ahead and draw this other chess piece, which is at an angle. So I would do it pretty much the same way of sort of checking the proportions here. So notice this part, what's the relationship of this part to the rest of it. Another way to do that, since you are drawing from a photograph, is you can actually just take your fingers and use your fingers as a measuring tool. So the top of the chess piece is about, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same thing. If I were to divide that up into 4, that's going to help me to figure out the proportions of that. Okay, I could then check the angle of the side and mark that off, so I know I get the relationship at the top is accurate to the relationship at the bottom. Okay, so you'll spend time getting the drawing done before going on to shading. I'm actually going to stop this video, and then the next one will include the shading.